Hey everyone, welcome back to Bear's Workshop. We are here in my yard and we are going to do a 2-year review of the ShelterLogic Garage in a Box 20x8. Let's go take a look. Okay, so this is what we're looking at after 2 years. The garage lasted about 2 years. We've had numerous incidents with it. The first one happened about a year ago where, it wasn't a year ago. We put this up in May of 2019. And by September, October of 2019, the entire tarp had rotted away from the sun. So I got in touch with ShelterLogic and I said, hey, what can you do? We did another video on that. They sent me a replacement tarp. They comped it for me so that I could do the promo video for them. And they gave me this great tarp. This is their high-end tarp. I think it costs like $800, some crazy amount of money for a garage that only costs $600 to begin with. So they sent me this tarp, and the tarp has lasted great, but obviously there's another issue. We had a windstorm come through here about a month and a half ago. I was in touch with ShelterLogic, and I said, hey, what can you do? And they're like, well, what do you need, what parts do you need replaced? And I went through here and I found probably at least 20 parts. Each bar, each bracket is considered a part. And they wanted $10 for each part. So I went through here and I started making a list. There was, I think, at least 23, 24 different parts that I could see that needed replaced because they were bent or broken or destroyed in some way. Now keep in mind this windstorm that we had, it was probably about 40 miles per hour and it lasted most of the day. We have monsoons that come through here, they go 70 miles per hour and nothing ever broke on this in those windstorms. This storm, it was no rain, just wind, just blowing all day, 40 miles per hour, probably had some gusts that were higher, and the entire structure collapsed. So after them telling me that they would gladly send me out any parts that I needed for $10 each, I said, hey, you know, I've done a couple videos, you know, maybe you can help me out here. So, we'll give you 10% off. I'm like, okay, well, that's not worth it, because almost every part needs replaced. Every metal part is damaged or broke through really probably 75% of the structure. So I said, do you not have a full kit? And they said, well, we could sell you an upgraded kit. An upgraded kit? I'm like, is that something you need for the larger tarp? I'm like, no, the larger tarp, we'll work with the original one. It's not a problem. I'm like, okay, well, it is a problem because it pulled down the entire structure. So the upgraded kit was another $600, no discounts. So I tried to get something out of them. They wouldn't give me anything. So this is what this has been looking like for the last month and a half. So I want to take you through inside and just show you what's going on inside and what broke. So let's go take a look. So first spot I want to show you, and this is seen all throughout the structure wherever there was damage. You can see how the bar creased right here. So this is bent right here. So this bar would need replaced. Then it continues up to here and there's a bend there. And then if we look down at the ground, we can see pieces that broke right off. And we're going to go take a look at the inside, and that connected to another bar that's down there, and that's broken. If you notice right here in the shadows, that is where we're tied to the ground, and that's still firmly in place. So that didn't break. It wasn't that the connections broke off. If you look over here, you can see how those pulled apart. Now let's go inside real quick. Okay, so here we can see more pipes broke, and if you go down there, you'll find more that are bent. And it just continues all throughout the structure. You can see it up at the top. All these broken pieces here. I mean, the thing was literally destroyed. And in order to find out every single part that I need, I'd have to disassemble this, and then I'd have a bigger mess to deal with. But it's not just the top, it's the bottoms also. Might be hard to see in the camera, but there's pieces all along there that's not bent. The only parts that aren't bent is probably the last rib. The last two ribs are probably the only ones that aren't bent. But even right here, there's a bend in this, and this is just right off the last one. So either this one or this or both are going to need to be replaced. So it's nearly the entire structure has been destroyed. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen this before, but besides my main house, we have 7 other structures that are up here. We have a workshop that's 15 by 30, I'm sorry, 30 by 50. We have a garage, a single car garage that sits alone by itself out there. We've got a 10 by 12 wooden shed that we built from hand, which costs less than this. We have a chicken coop, which is probably about 10 by 8 and with a full roof. We've got a gazebo by the pool. We did a Home Depot shed, plastic shed that existed when this one blew down, and that's made out of plastic and it's just bolted to a wooden platform. Everything survived this windstorm except for this, and all in, if we had paid for it, all in, if we had paid for everything in here, we'd probably be at least $1,500, which was more than several of those buildings that we've put up in other places and survived this windstorm. So very disappointing. My long-term review on this, I think you guys know what it is. I don't need to say it. This structure needs replaced. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. This is where I store my tractor. I keep a lot of my heavy tools in here, trenchers, jackhammers, and things that are expensive that need protected from the elements. And those are in here with my tractor also. Yeah, there's also a tractor video if you want to see that one. But now I have to figure out something else, and it's getting hot. It's early May right now, and I've got to get something built. So hey guys, thanks for watching my 772-day review of my ShelterLogic Garage in a box. If this video was helpful to you, I know you probably didn't enjoy it because you're looking to probably buy this, but if the video was informative, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.